Hello Libra, welcome to your reading for the 31st of August through to the 6th of September. And it's going to be a general reading, okay? So let's welcome in the Archangels, Ascendant Masters, Light Beings, our Spirit Guides and our Higher Selves, and any other animal, ancestral or dragon guides that you feel resonant with, Libra. Queen of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Sun. Interesting. Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. There's something I think you could be working on at the moment, Libra, that, you know, it could be your health and well-being, or maybe you're literally working on your self-care. Okay, you could be working on something that you really like to do, something that lifts you up, metaphorically speaking, and something that is, you know, good for your soul. The Queen of Pentacles is about nurturing growth. So, you know, I think that you're working on something here that's, I think that you can see that even in the long term that there's going to be some benefit from doing this. It could also be that the type of work you are doing is sort of concerned with helping others with their, you know, perhaps professional growth and development. Or maybe that's what you are working on your own. Maybe you're going through some training for work, or, yeah, moving forward in some way with regard to that. Excuse me. Tower and the Sun. I think at the moment there's some sudden realizations that you could be dealing with here. But it's almost like this, I guess, a zap of energy, like a boost of your morale, a real lift of your confidence. Something is has really given you a bit of a, literally like a wake-up call. I mean, maybe we could say that, couldn't we? The Tower and the Sun is like a really good wake-up call, right? A really positive realization. And you could be sitting in that energy at the moment. We are kind of, I think there's a bit of an eclipse season going on at the moment. So maybe this is sort of to do with this, around this eclipse season. Magician and the Nine of Wands. So I think this is about, you know, that you have the ability here, Libra, to overcome obstacles. And maybe there's something that's been dragging your energy down. But I feel like, I think this, you know, this burst of sun energy here is kind of perhaps awakening within your realization of your inner resources here. And I feel like you're going to be able to get some clarity, literally, here with the Ace of Swords moving forward. You're going to be able to get some clarity and really lift that frequency from the Nine of Wands to the Four of Wands, which is a very celebratory, high vibe, positive, happy kind of achievement, something that you are going to be able to, that, you know, you're going to be doing, okay, future direction moving forward, or something that you're going to achieve. And yeah, I think you're working on something at the moment. You're sort of, yeah, to do with your, you know, your current situation. It could be to do with work, or with your self-care, or with just your general lifestyle, maybe your sense of well-being. There's something there that you are kind of working on or thinking about. And yeah, Knight of Cups and the Hermit. An outcome here is that I think you are wanting to, I think, take care of yourself here and take care of your soul. Maybe you're wanting to take some time out here as well to, you know, maybe there's some more information that you need. But this Knight of Cups could be talking about someone that's going to offer you some help as well. If you're taking time out with your Hermit energy here. Queen of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune keeps appearing. I think it's this Jupiter and Leo stuff that we've got going on at the moment, which is this energy of expansion. Queen of Cups is, you know, expanding your consciousness is the Wheel of Fortune, okay? Expanding your horizons, looking at, and perhaps even integrating ideas and concepts and, you know, things that you haven't needed to do before, but maybe there are things that you're having to expand into and open your mind to at this time, Libra. Queen of Cups, yeah, this is like going with the flow. This is kind of an energy that's coming that you may not be aware of, but I think what it's saying is that when you feel more into this expanded consciousness energy that you can feel into, you know, everyone has the potential to feel into that. It's going to be also characterized by this sort of flow state. So anything that you do that's creative, spiritual, intuitive, or to do with the emotional realm, those things that sort of flow. It can be something practical as well. You know, it might be that if you're in your garden or you're cooking or something, there might be, you know, you can do anything in a meditative state. So this could be part of what you will be feeling into a bit more as well, Libra. Let's have a look at the dragon, what the dragons have to say here. The Empress. Okay, the Empress there is your ruling planet, which is Venus here, Libra. So this is literally like, you know, Spirit has your back here, and this is about your abundance. So whatever it is that you're working on, and whatever challenges that you need to overcome in order to make this thing happen, to get clear, to get into a higher vibe, is going to be worth pursuing, because it's like you have this is almost like a spirit guide. Like an Empress energy is very abundant, very caring, very loving, all about growth, very easy flow energy, like kind of like the Queen of Cups, you know. Well, the Empress is kind of like presides over the queens, I suppose, and the Emperor presides over the kings, kind of thing. So this is like really divine feminine coming forward. Excuse me. You also have the Lovers here, which is, you know, also talking about this energy of you tapping into your resources, but also kind of energy of expansion, moving into a greater awareness of your higher self here as well. I also love how there's two elements here of water and earth. So these are divine feminine elements. And of course, you know, the energy of love, unconditional love, is very much a flow. You know, it can be bliss states, can be, you know, going with the Empress here. It's a really nice energy, okay? And guess what? Also, Libra, you have the Three of Swords, which is a healing energy. But I think this is that if there's a healing that's going on, I think you're going to start to, or if you feel like you've been moving through some healing, and maybe that's what this Nine of Wands is talking about here, a bit of a challenge. But this inner challenge, or whatever it is being met by the Magician, your ability to expand into your soul energy and to, I guess, see the bigger picture. So if there's some degree of suffering or discomfort going on, I think this may be about you seeing beyond that and seeing how that fits into a bit much bigger picture, okay? So because this is like the Three of Swords, which is, you know, maybe there's some grief or something like that here. But you have the Emperor, the Lovers and the Empress. This is also a higher self energy. So it's sort of like expanding your view out from this one here, which is, you know, and sometimes when we're in the middle of things that are not working and we're feeling upset and all that, sometimes it's difficult to expand. But I think with the Wheel of Fortune here, there's going to be some energies coming in that are going to allow you to kind of broaden your view, broaden your, I guess, your ideas of what is possible, okay? And certainly of different frequencies that you can move into. And I think part of that is going to be you accessing your inner resources. Looks like this is about soul work, okay? But there's also this capacity for you to tap into this thing called, you know, this love energy, okay? Loving yourself here, Libra, and this could be what it's talking about as well. Doing some self-love as well. Let's have a look at this card here. Wow, the World. Yeah. Stepping through a portal. This is the Saturn energy. So it's interesting that we have Saturn and Jupiter. So once again, it's like these almost opposites of, you know, and almost the Three of Swords there is a little more restrictive in its energy, but you have the expansion of the Lovers and the Empress, you know, two major arcana. Here we have the, you know, this is Saturn, although it's a nice balance. It's like the completion of a journey. But you also have then, to expand that even further, the Jupiter energy here of expansion, okay, the Wheel of Fortune. This is really nice for you, Libra, to come out at the end, because it's saying that even though you may have had responsibilities and challenges, you've been able to move through them and take the learnings from that and to be stronger as a result. So this is about you really tuning into your inner wisdom and sort of stepping into a new higher vibe here, okay, which is marked by a higher frequency energy, more clarity here with the Ace of Swords, okay, clarity and happiness as well, okay. So that's really nice to come out there for you, because I feel like that's going to be the flow on. Things will flow to that. Seven of Swords, so you may be going within to sort of reorient your values, possibly. It could be something that you're doing as well. You know, this Sun and Tower here, this is like, you know, once again, two major arcana together, but it's like this sudden realization or some insight that you've had that may be to do with some old value, a value or a belief that you're kind of letting go of. That could be what that's sort of saying there. Three of Cups. Three of Cups here. So, you know, that energy of joy, upliftment, and being able to find people of like mind, you know, family, friends, colleagues, or whatever, to spend positive, happy times with. It's going to help as well. The Magician, again, Magician twice in your reading, Libra. The Magician is very mercurial. So, you know, Mercury, you know, kind of very much like that Gemini kind of energy, which is, you know, air. So, and you're a cardinal air sign, Libra. So this is kind of really nice for you, this Magician. It's like you're kind of going to be expanding your horizons and opening to new possibilities, I'm thinking, for yourself. And here we have the Three of Cups again. So very important confirmation again, double out with Three of Cups, doubled up with the Magician, to really, I guess, in some ways, celebrate your multi-skilledness. You're celebrating your wisdom, celebrating your skills, talents, abilities, and everything that you've done in your life thus far. And also this idea of, you know, expansion, expanding your horizons, expanding your consciousness, moving into generally a higher frequency way of being, I think, here for you, Libra. As we said, that higher frequency way of being, we have the High Priestess. Okay, so your inner wisdom. Yeah, I think this card almost puts it in a nutshell at the moment for you, Libra. I think you're really tapping into your wisdom, and I think you've had an insight about that inner wisdom that you have. Okay, there's something about this that you've kind of gone, oh, yeah, didn't realize that. Because you're overcoming this Nine of Wands here. Okay, you've got the Magician right next to it. It's kind of if the Nine of Wands is almost like an inner saboteur, here we have the Magician, which is your higher self, saying, well, okay, inner saboteur, you know, you exist and you are real, but there's also other energies. Okay, all energies are valid, but it's really a case of which ones you are going to focus and align yourself to, Libra, okay? And here we have this, you know, High Priestess aligning to spirit, to higher frequency, and also with the world. Like the High Priestess and the world together, I mean, you know, this is like, world's your oyster. You're so wise here, Libra, and I think you're going to be able to really, you know, share that with the world, okay? So, yeah, I think we might wrap it up there. I hope that's been helpful. I look forward to your next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, fantastic week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.